So the thing is, we normally start off with our own stories, right? So this actually is a space that we call Sugar and Spice, and we have storytelling that goes on here. So usually Deepthi and I pick out stories from, we hope, all over the world and India, and try to narrate them to make it sound nice and interesting in our own ways. So this is something different for a change. We thought we'd just have an interactive session. So go on, Deepthi.
Yeah, so what we have done this time, this is for the first time we are having an interactive session without a story, but I'm sure we have so many stories to hear today. So for a change, it's not
Yes.
us this time, you're going to tell the stories. So it'll be fun for us
Yes.
also to listen. And
And the
usually we do
topic.
videos, we do live sessions also, we do videos also. And it's just a cozy corner for adults to interact and listen to stories, and that was the idea in which Shrija and I started this. So generally there are not many groups where they do storytelling for adults. It's usually for children. So we thought something different, and friends get together and chill and listen to stories. So today we thought something different, right out of our own lives. So, or our friends, or whatever experiences we have heard from somebody, anything it could be. It's totally open. It's a very casual get together we are going to have today. And we'll directly go into, I think Sri Parvati volunteered to introduce herself.
Yes.
We'll go into her story
Start.
right away, Sri.
Yeah. Deepthi, have you let in Chitra?
I have.
Have you let in Chitra? I
Yes,
think
yes.
she's
Chitra,
waiting.
could you switch on your
She in, I
video?
think you have, is it? Okay, fine.
Yeah, I have. We would love to
Yeah.
see you.
Okay.
Hi, Chitra.
Chitra, we can't see
Hello.
you, so.
Welcome.
So you can see me now?
Welcome
Hi.
to Sugar and Spice.
Yes, yes. Yeah, welcome to Sugar and Spice. So before you start with the introductions, we are trying to listen to stories which have, some kind of, they don't have logical explanation. So you could pick out the weirdest
That's the
story that
theme
has
for the
happened
day.
to you and, narrate it to us just to add that little flavor to today's session. Okay. So yes, Parvati, you're going to start with the introduction.
Yeah, so hi everybody, I'm Sri Parvati here. Basically from Palakkad, we are settled in Coimbatore right now, and I'm basically a senior team manager for a medical transcription company which is based in Bangalore. I also am a home baker. Very nice meeting you all today evening, and getting to know. I've been wanting to join this, but somehow last time also couldn't make the session. Some issue was there. I don't remember. I think my work schedule or something interfered. So I hope that we have a good time today and get to know more people.
Oh, yes.
Thank you
It's
so
lovely
much,
having you here.
Srija and Deepthi. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Great. Lovely having you here. So who's next?
I have one more Parvati, no?
Yeah, we have one.
Yeah, Parvati. There are two Parvatis today. The other Parvati wants to go. Yeah. Next.
Poti, where are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's next?
I
think you've muted yourself.
I'm sorry. Yes, I muted myself. Hi, everyone.
Okay. Hi.
I'm Sujaya's childhood friend and Srija's friend as well. Because I think we went to the same school and we were together for so many years. So it's almost like we grew up together, I would say. And now I'm working with Capgemini as in the finance department. And shortly planning to do something much better than doing only work with numbers.
Okay.
I think we have a discussion with
That's
Sujya
nice.
every day as to what more can we do or what better can we do. Yeah,
Lovely.
and this seems to be a very nice session which Sujya is conducting, and it will definitely liven up the evening. I'm sure of it. I couldn't attend the previous sessions because my Sanskrit class used to clash with it. So now today she
Sanskrit
didn't
class.
have
You're
the
already
Sanskrit
doing
class.
something apart from your work.
Sanskrit class is it's not a class. It's like some shloka she picks up, this professor, and she translates. I mean, she reads it out in Sanskrit for us, teaches us how to pronounce it, and also gives us a translation of these shlokas.
Very nice.
Okay, lovely. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, wonderful to have you here, Parvati. Who's next?
Thank you.
One of you can volunteer.
Sujaya?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
I'm
Yes,
Sujaya.
Okay.
I happen to be Srija's
Hi.
sister. And I teach in Mount Carmel College in the English department. I've been a college teacher all my life, all my working life, and hope to make a change sometime in the near future. Hoping to. COVID has influenced all of us to make some, isn't it? Some
Yeah.
radical changes in our life, and I was hoping to make a switch. Yeah, it's just that I'm entrenched so firmly in college, making a decision is very difficult.
Yes.
Yes, and I love stories too. Yeah.
Yes, I think that's one common ground that all of us
Yes.
share today. All of us are story lovers, which is why we are here. Wonderful. Lovely having you here, Sujaya. Next. Mohan?
Yeah, this is Mohan here. I live in Bangalore. I'm a medical devices professional for medical devices, and I also happen to be Srija's husband.
I know. I know. Okay, nice having you here, Mohan.
Yes.
So let's
Mohan,
have the
thank you
next
so much.
introduction.
Ali, I
Hi.
think-
Yeah, am I the only one remaining?
Okay.
No. I think we have Chitra.
No,
Rachna.
there are more.
There are more. Okay. Okay, shall I go next then?
Yes.
Audio
Yes,
is
please.
just-
Yes,
yeah.
please.
Am I audible enough? Am I loud
Yes.
enough?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Hi. Hello all. I'm Anita. I am from Thrissur, Kerala. Now I'm standing on the terrace of my home. And what should I say? I've been a housewife all my life. I haven't worked. 2 years back, I did a storytelling course of Kathalaya. And from afterwards, the 7 of us who attended the course started together a Facebook page for storytelling called Kadala Kadalas. Deepthi has contributed some stories for us. So that's how it is now. I'm a part-time storyteller, I can say, growing
Very
storyteller.
good one, I must say. Let me add.
Thank you. And
Please
I'm
share
very
your
happy
link to
having you.
Facebook link.
Yeah.
Sorry, Parvati, you were saying something.
I said, please share your Facebook page link.
Yes.
Maybe we'll
Yeah,
have a look
sure.
at it.
Yeah.
Sure. We'll do that.
Lovely having you, Ani. So who's next? I'm just looking at the list.
Rachna, Chitra, who
Yes.
would like to go?
One more person.
I can
no,
go
Srija?
next.
Yes, Rachna,
Yeah?
go on.
Yes, Sujaya, I didn't hear you.
Am I audible?
Rachna is
Yes.
speaking, Srija.
Yes,
yeah,
you are.
Rachna is.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now I can hear her.
Yeah. Hi, everyone, and very sorry for the video part. My internet is really bad here. I'm Rachna, and I'm a social worker. I have been working with various grassroots organizations throughout the country for past 7 years. Currently, I'm in Bangalore, although I'm from Kerala, Kollam. I'm in Bangalore now, working with the NAS India Foundation, leading their learning and innovation team. Yeah.
Okay, lovely having you
Thank
here
you.
with us
Thank you
today.
for joining, Rachna.
Thank you.
Rachna? Yes. So, Chitra, I think we're left to Chitra.
Hello, this is Chitra here. I'm from Chandigarh actually, but right now we are staying in Hyderabad. So most of the part I have been a housewife. I worked in a school for a while and here or there a little bit. That's it, but mostly a housewife. And I know Shrija from Gurgaon days, and she introduced me to the world of Harry Potter. And then after that,
We love Harry Potter.
yeah, we loved Harry Potter, and I used to borrow books from you to read them on, So now she's a writer, and she herself is, J.K. Rowling in making.
Oh my God, I shall take that as a huge compliment.
Yes.
I hope I get somewhere close. Having all of you. So, like I said, there's no pressure on sharing stories, but whoever has a lovely story to share, you can just go ahead and start. And maybe at the end of the narration, we can, if there are any questions to be asked or something that we'd like to discuss or something that comes to mind, we can always do that because it's a very, very informal session. So who'd like to start? Yeah, I think Anil, I think we'll have one more introduction. Anil Kumar has come in.
joined.
Yes?
Yes, Anil has joined.
Hi, Anil, could you switch on your video, please?
Okay.
Yeah, hi. So
Hi.
we just want you to introduce yourself. We've just finished introductions, just 2 or 3 lines about, what you do and who you are. That's it. Yeah.
I am basically from Kerala, from Alleppey. I am here in Bangalore from 2000 onwards. I am working with the Tata Elxsi. I am staying in Kasturi Nagar.
Okay. And you like stories, I presume, because Anil very clearly told me if I'm coming in today, it's going to be only to listen.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining.
So, yeah, thank you for joining us, Anil. So I think we've finished with the round of introductions. And we're going to start with who's the first person who's going to share the story today?
Let's start.
Oh, great.
Lisa, I didn't know, that you had to tell a story. I have not prepared anything, okay?
It's
no problem.
More like an incident.
Yes,
Parvati, we thought we would ask people to share an incident from their life or what they have heard.
Real life.
Which does not have a logical explanation, just to make it interesting. Just we thought of a theme.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
If something comes to mind, you can always add.
No worry. Yeah. As the others say, you might just remember something. You can share it with us.
Yes.
It's great.
Okay, all right, Suja.
Suja,
you go first.
The stage is all yours.
Okay. To that. Yeah? Can I?
Yes, please.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah. No, I also to give Parvati some idea of what she can also start talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'd rather finish fast and then settle down quietly to listen.
Okay.
I thought it looks like most of us here are Malayalis, and even Parvati, my friend Parvati is also Palakkad Iyer, so is also a Malayali for practical purposes. So I'm sharing with you a story that we've heard our mother say very often. On some strange occasions, she comes up with this quaint story. It's a story about something that she heard from her mother out there in Kerala. And of course, the story is set at a time when we're not talking about bustling cities and towns. It's, more or less, I suppose, kind of a village atmosphere that you can imagine. Apparently in my mother's house, it was, they had neighbors. When we speak about neighbors, we're talking about people who live more than an acre away, because people had houses with large property surrounding them. So apparently there was a house, a family that was known for having daughters generation after generation. Daughters who had severe problems with their eyesight, who were visually almost, completely impaired. It happened generation after generation, apparently. And when people, everyone was curious about why this happened, and very few people, so everyone knew everybody else, and questions were asked. This was the story that was provided as an explanation for why this family had, this kind of a problem. Apparently, some 3 generations or 4 generations before the time that this, my mother heard this story, the, typical houses in Kerala long ago, sometimes even now, I suppose, the traditional ancestral homes were divided into male quarters and women's quarters. And, the kind of quality of inky darkness that settles down once the sun sets, there's no question of electrification or lights outside. So there was an unwritten rule that, especially in the women's quarters, one does not open the doors once they are shut at a certain time in the evening. You're not to open the door, never mind what, outside. If at all anyone ventured out, it would be probably the men folk, but nobody did, because there were, fears about what lingered in the darkness outside. So the women apparently one night, as they sat together, huddled together in the lamplight, talking to each other, they heard something outside the work area that is adjacent to the kitchen. You know, the kitchen always had a largish work.
So very shortly, it happened when we were in college. We were supposed to go to a camp, survey camp. So because I was doing my engineering and we were supposed to go for a survey camp, and it has to be on a hilly area. So we went to Mussoorie, Dehradun. It's I mean a little ahead of Dehradun. It's a hilly area, Himachal. And we went to Mussoorie, and like we were students, so we were supposed to stay in a hostel with bunk beds and all, you know. The hostel was clear because of the summer holidays, and we were supposed to live. The name of the institute was Moravian Institute, and there was some kind of, you know, it was very not too good kind of thing, you know. Student accommodation kind of thing and all. Everything was very dirty, and we reached there in the evening. We cleaned everything, and there were not even curtains on the windows. I still remember there were no curtains on the windows. And I told my friend, I said, let us cover it with some, you know, some chaddar or something like that. I'm really scared of it, because we were on the 3rd floor, and outside we could only see the jungle and trees and everything. No light was there outside. Inside there was, of course, there was light. And I told her, she said, I'm so tired, so ja aaram se. She said, jaan mat kha, chup chap so ja. So she said, ab agar kuch bolni na. It was like we reached there, we were tired for the whole bus journey and all, and we did jhadu and everything. And then she said, ab kuch bolni, chup chap so ja. And I am insomniac, I can't sleep. So, and the new place, new thing, everything was new. And okay, I decided I want to sleep on the top of the bunk bed, not the lower side. Okay, I slept. I didn't sleep. I just laid down, you know. We were on 3rd floor, and I was sure I was not asleep. I didn't sleep at all. I was awake, fully awake. I was looking here or there because I couldn't sleep. It was nothing new for me. And suddenly I saw there was something. It's quite cliche, but it actually happened. So there was a white, you know, kya bolenge usko, ghost kind of thing, and wearing white, and it was floating in the jungle kind of thing, very near to the window, and almost. And I was looking at him, and he knew that I am looking at him. And because we had an eye contact.
Oh my God.
We had an eye contact. When I was looking at him, I was so scared. Even right now I'm telling, and I have goosebumps. I was so scared, and he looked back. I could see him looking back at me. I was so scared. My friend's name was Vandana. और मचा थोड़ा बहुत. I woke up shivering. I told everybody ये हुआ. सारे कहते पागल है, तेरी imagination है and all that. तू तो सोती नहीं और कहानियां बनाती है, हमें डराती है. Everybody told me that. Then during the day time when we mixed with the local, there was a bai and her kids and all that. So we told कि हमारी एक friend को ऐसे ऐसे करके एक वो दिखा. We saw somebody. Because it was 3rd floor, nobody could have been walking, you know. He was near the window. How could he be so tall, you know? So she said, oh, Didi, why you are scared of him? He is Tashi. I said, अच्छा Tashi है, कौन है Tashi? कहती वो मर गया था ना, वो है, बहुत पहले मर गया. तो कहती वो तो friendly, she told me like that. वो तो friendly है.
Pretty casual.
So I actually met Casper, the friendly ghost. So, and we we stayed there for 15 days, and we were always, everybody say कि चित्रा को Tashi को चित्रा से प्यार था, because only she could see. और किसी को नहीं दिखा, सिर्फ मुझे दिखा.
My God.
This is a real.
Oh my God, this is one hell of a story.
I don't know whether to be scared or whether to laugh.
I mean, it was friendly. She said, the girl
Chitra
said,
has such a nice way of saying it.
Tashi tha. Tashi doesn't say anything to anybody. I said, अच्छा कौन है Tashi? And she was like, मर गया था ना दीदी वो है.
God. That would have been the like punchline.
That is it's a very famous story in our household. Everybody say, now Mama will tell a Tashi story.
My God, direct encounter with the ghost.
Yes,
No,
yes.
seriously. No, but when these things happen, only then you believe it, because it's hard to believe it when you listen to somebody else telling you this.
Yeah, it's
story.
hard to believe, but
yeah. So I have my own.
Actually, it is true. It happened
Some
with
of
me.
these
I mean,
things
it's
can't be
first-hand
explained.
experience. I didn't listen it to anybody. I mean, this is first-hand experience.
Great.
Very nice. That's really interesting. Yeah. Anybody else? Something as creepy or even creepier? Yeah.
Or creepier.
Yeah. It was a lovely story. Who's next?
Yes, Jasmine, you can switch on your video. Jasmine and Ani, thank you for joining back. I let you in a little late, I think.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
you were
We
so
got
caught up
we
with
got
the-
to listen to the punchline.
You got the story, right? You got the story which.
Yeah, we got the punchline anyway.
Right.
You also got to meet Tashi.
There was a serial
Yeah.
called Byomkesh Bakshi, if you remember. If any of you remember.
Yes.
I remember one scene exactly like this from Byomkesh Bakshi, where he sees this on the 3rd floor. He sees something through the window, but it was, of course, a criminal investigation.
Criminal something, yeah.
Yeah, but
Nothing
it was,
criminal
I
here.
used to love that series.
Oh no. This Chitra, this was the ghost in love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only I could see him.
Did you see him all the following 15 days?
No. Only once. Only once.
Okay.
I mean, I saw him only once.
Wanting to see him again, right?
No way.
Yeah.
No way. I was scared to death.
But now it's like
Oh,
you're
boy.
telling it as a
It's a
joke,
fun
but I'm sure that
It's a fun story. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it
a
must have
fun-
been terrible.
And the next day, the first thing we did was to cover windows with our chaddars. We covered all
I
the
was just
windows.
Chaddars are
coming
so
to
much in
that.
demand after that.
Yes.
Great. I think before we get switched off again, we will move on to our next teller.
Yes.
Story, yeah. Who's next?
So bad, but I know. But what do we do? There is a 40-minute thing. So we will move on to the next teller. Who would like to go next? Jasmine, Ani?
Yeah, I'll go next, but it's nothing creepy or anything close to I mean something like Tashi's story. This is something that happened to me, not exactly me, it was something that happened during my school days. I belong to Thrissur, but whole of my schooling was done in South Kerala. And I used to shift schools from 1st to 5th. I studied in one school. It was a mixed school, co-ed. Then 6th and 7th, I was in another school. That was a girls' school. My parents were not happy with the way I was settling down a little too well for them. So they decided to shift school again. My father heard about this school, convent school. He went there, met the principal, and he saw some of the students also. He liked the ambience of the school. So from 8th standard onwards, I started going to this new school. It's a co-ed school. There are boys in the class, but I used to study in a co-ed school in the lower classes, so it was nothing strange to me. But after a few days, I started noticing that there was some sort of an invisible wall in the class between boys and girls. There was absolutely no mingling. They didn't even look at each other. And I found that very strange. I came home and told my parents about this, and they said, it should be it's your imagination. I went to that school. My father said, I went to that school. It's not that way. I've seen the children behave there. It must be your imagination. Maybe because you are new. A little days later, I mean, once you settle down, they will speak to you. No, don't worry about that. But it was not that way at all. Boys and girls it was as if they were in two separate universes inside one class. And once I settled down in the class, I asked my classmates, the girls, why this was so. And they told me why, the reason. Most of them used to live, they lived within a 2 or 3 kilometer radius around the school. They would, the families knew each other. They all were friends from a very young age itself. They would walk to the school together, play together, go back after classes together. Even the class, the nuns, the sisters in the school encouraged them to play together. Then one day in 7th standard, during a break time, some children were in the classroom, some were walking around, some were sitting. Most of them were playing together in the ground. After the break, the bell rang. They all came to the veranda to go back to the classes. And in the veranda, 2 male teachers were standing with canes in their hands. They asked all the children who played together, just played together, to stand in a row. And they were severely punished. And then they were allowed to go back to the class. From that day onwards, there has been action between boys and girls in my class in the school campus. When they come to the school, they come together, they walk together. And after class, these boys and girls, they walk back together to their homes. But inside the school campus, it's like they behave like strangers. So this was how the state was when I joined the school. And as a result of which, after 3 years studying in that school, I left the school without speaking a single word to half of my classmates. Then this happened decades back.
God.
Then 2 years, 2 years ago, somehow our school, our class WhatsApp group was formed, and we had a class get together. And when we met, that's the first day, that's the first time I'm speaking to the boys in my class. And one major topic of discussion was, why did those teachers did so that day? Nobody, I mean, most of them came up with very colorful explanation for that behavior. But none of us know why it is so. It was a very illogical behavior from their part.
My God.
Very strange, very strange,
right?
isn't it?
Yeah, that is very strange behavior. Yeah. As a result of which, what happened was,
out of the blue, those teachers
yeah,
are
out of
always
the
there,
blue.
right?
Yeah, they were always there. These children were playing the previous day also. What came over them suddenly, nobody knows.
And
Very
nobody
strange.
bothers to explain.
Very
right?
strange.
Those days, punishment
Yeah.
was like no explanation.
In those
No explanation, no
nobody
explanation.
asked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
teachers
true.
were never approachable, no? You couldn't really go and ask them.
Seems like Ryan's teachers, Ryan Gurgaon teachers.
Chitra, I was waiting for that. Chitra has
We were,
an issue.
we were always pissed off.
No, but this one day I don't understand. If it's a regular thing, then okay. But
Yeah.
on that day, what happened? We don't
This
know.
was just one day, and I think only in this class itself. I don't know if they punished the other students as well, those from the other classes as well. I'm not sure of that. Anyway, this was the
I think
condition
you
of the
should have
class. when
called
I
the
joined.
teachers also for the reunion and asked them.
Yes, we did. We not those teachers, but we had called our class teacher.
Okay.
And poor thing, we bombarded her with questions. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? And she was sitting there. And
I don't
later,
know.
I don't know. What could I do? I didn't know.
She must be thinking, "Kahan phas gayi?"
Exactly.
After all these years, ये मैं कहाँ फंस गई?
इतने सालों
That too
बाद
at a
कान
reunion.
why I agreed.
Oh God, very, very.
I think all of you who have switched off
Exactly.
your videos, it's because of internet issues, not for any other
Is
reason.
it? Yeah.
Hey, yes,
So now you're
yes.
all there.
I don't have
internet
power
issue,
for the
yeah.
past 4 hours. I don't
Okay,
have
okay. I
power.
can totally understand.
No,
You can
no,
also
it's,
see the light dimming here. So that's
Yeah,
what we are all
exactly.
facing.
No, the power situation is bad, but as long as we can hear each other, I think it should be fine.
Fine.
That was a lovely narration, Ani. Who's going next? Sorry to keep pushing in on like this, but then I'd like to get in as many stories as possible. Such
True,
lovely things you
yes.
people are sharing
We're
today.
waiting.
Who's going
Rachna,
next?
Mohanji, Jasmine. Who would
Frankly,
like
why
share
do we
a
have
story?
to go to ghosts and spirits? I think human beings are the most, you know,
Strange
they
creatures,
define
right?
weird
Yeah.
or take it to a new
Oh,
level.
yes.
The
Yeah.
ghosts seem to have more human
Anyone?
behavior.
I think of all the stories now, the most
Yeah.
friendly one was the ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Chitra's friendly ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyone else? Because if no one else is there, I think we'll go on with a couple of our.
Yeah, with a couple of hours, our own. We
This
can't
is your
stop
chance.
ourselves, right, Shrija?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, then you won't get a word in edgeways. So who's going next?
Jasmine, have
Yeah,
you thought of
Alina,
something?
Parvati.
See,
It can be very something very normal, like it doesn't have to be
Anything,
fall
yeah,
into
yeah.
a particular category or anything. Could be anything
Yeah.
is fine.
Yeah, because you already had the divine element, the ghostly element.
Yeah.
were like furious. Like then my father asked what happened. So apparently somebody said something about my friend, and I got into a fight. But the problem was not that. Like how could she go to a guy? How could she first of all talk to guys? We have been warning her time and again that she can't be with the boys gang. She doesn't listen to us. Upar se she has fought with girls for her friends, which is not acceptable. My father literally had like 2 hours of like gyan given to him, saying that how can you do this, why don't you bring up your child better, is this the way how you want your girl child to grow up, and all that stuff happened. So yeah, similar incidents happen everywhere. So that's just something that I remembered when Anta ma'am was telling about her stories.
Nice. No, really. I think
Yeah.
did your father give the gyan back to them? No.
My father was just laughing. I was so angry still. So he just put me onto the shoulder and he went. And I thought he must be angry, but apparently he just went and bought me ice creams for the evening. That's all. He didn't say it to my mother also. My mother would have been furious again, like, how could you do this and all that.
Right.
But he didn't tell my mother also. He just told that she was not well. So we picked her up from school. That's all. So yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, Rachna.
Okay. Anybody else to go? Stories to share?
I just
Diti,
wanted
how much
to.
longer do we have?
Shrija,
We still have time, Shrija. I have not got the warning yet. So we
Okay,
still have
cool.
time.
Yeah, Suja, go ahead.
No, I just, because Anita and Rachna both spoke about, general social attitudes about,
Gender.
boys and girls mingling and socializing with each other, etc. Looks like we've come a long, long way from that, isn't it? I thought
Oh,
I should
yes.
share.
True.
This is
Oh,
not a
yes.
story.
True.
This is not a story. I'm just telling you that among my third year undergraduates, it was, we have a lot of classes and, courses around sexuality and gender and all that. We teach all that in college, since I'm a literature person also. But it was so beautiful to see how inclusive the students are today, never mind what anyone else says. Youngsters are so accepting and inclusive. In my third year
Very
literature
true.
class, there was a girl who we always thought was a little tomboyish and who cut her hair extremely short and close to the scalp and wore very, the so-called boyish clothes, etc. And then when the class was graduating, they brought out a little manual with a page dedicated to each of the students so that they could take it back as just a keepsake after their graduation days. And you won't believe it, they had put this girl's name down. And right from the beginning, there's a small paragraph on each of the classmates that the editor had included. She was being referred to as he. You understand, throughout. The reference, the pronoun being used to refer to this particular classmate was he. And then I just happened to ask, how come you did this? They said, ma'am, she clearly identifies with she wants to be known as a male. So we thought we'll refer to as a male here. In future, she wants to try, undergo sex reassignment surgery. She will eventually become male. So we are trying to help her out by referring to her as a male. How fantastic, isn't it? Classmates. I mean,
Yeah,
that's the
that's
level
very
to
good.
which we have changed, I'm saying, considering we're
Oh,
talking
yes.
about attitudes where people are not supposed to talk to each other and all that. Yeah. Just thought I'll share that with
Exactly.
you. The times have changed. Yeah.
Definitely. And it's changed for the better.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Definitely. Yes.
So, Shrija,
Very
would you
true.
like to
So,
share
any
one
other
of your spicy stories?
creepy stories? Yeah, I seem to have a whole
We have
lot of
10
them.
minutes.
And,
We have 10 minutes left. We have 10
10?
minutes.
Okay, I'll try to, maybe we'll try to fit in one each. Yes?
Yeah.
So this is one I think my family circles must have tired of listening to, because it's a hot favorite, you know.
Hot favorite.
When we get together in groups, this is a story that I always narrate. But yeah, Deepti?
No, I said it's a hot
You were
favorite.
saying something? Yeah. Okay, so this happened a few years ago when we had, as a family, attended a wedding, a cousin's wedding in Trivandrum. So we were staying at the Trivandrum Club, and we had rooms there. So about 3 or 4 rooms assigned to, you know, one to each family. And my mom was there at that time. So my mom and our children, you know, the 2 boys and a girl, they shared one large room, and the other, my sister and our families were in separate rooms. So what happened is the wedding went off very well. It was a very hectic, you know, plan. We had just 3 or 4 days in Trivandrum to manage with everything, you know, the feast before the wedding, the feast after the wedding itself, the reception, and so on. So what happened is after the wedding reception, when we got back that night, it had rained the previous night before the wedding actually, and there was some sort of a seepage in the roof of the room that my mom and our kids were, you know, sleeping together in. That was a very large room. So the management apologized and said that they would give us another room for the night and, you know, put us back into a room close by, because we had rooms, adjacent rooms, so that we could be together. So apparently we weren't aware of it, but there is this wing in the club which is, you know, which is the old structure. Now we were staying in the new structure, the renovated part of it, which was, you know, it's a new building. So they, in order to make up for this inconvenience, they had given us a suite in the old structure. So my nephew had been the first one to go and see it, and he came back and he was in raptures. He said, "It's huge, it's lovely. We are going to go and, you know, sleep there." The kids had made plan to go and enjoy themselves there. So we said, "No way, it's in the other wing." And my mom wasn't very happy about going to some other, you know, section. So we decided finally that just my husband, myself, and a little girl, my younger child, would go and spend the night after dinner there and get back in the morning. So our room was given to my mom and the kids. They didn't like it, but they couldn't do much about it. So we left for the night. Now, when we climbed up the steps leading up to it, you know, I mean, this is where the story begins. We had these wooden steps that went up, looked creepy from the start. And we went up, and when the door was opened, you know, the waiter who took us in, he opened the door and showed us. It was this huge room. I mean, so spacious, so large, modern fittings. There was, like I said, it was a suite room. So it had a dining space on one side and a bed, a double bed on the, you know, a king size bed on the far corner, just below the AC. And what caught my eye was this old cupboard, one of those lovely old things which are very polished outside, which are huge inside, those kinds. So there was one cupboard on the side at the side of the room, just next to the bed. And the funny thing is, when I got in there was nothing to creep me out. It was a very modern, airy room. But the first thing that came to my mind was, oh my God, do we have to spend the night here? And I don't know why I thought of it like that, you know. So it's like something was not quite right, you know, as we would say in Malayalam movies, that spelling mistake, something like that. So yeah. So finally, when we decided to, we were exhausted because it was after the wedding and the reception, and we just wanted to crash out. So we were thinking of which side to sleep on. You know, I prefer always the edge of the bed. So I somehow felt that the side near the cupboard was the, you know, the uncomfortable one. So I told my husband I'll sleep on the other side, the child in the middle. But he said, then if that's the case, the AC is just above my head, so I'm going to switch it off. I don't want to sleep directly under that, which was not something I wanted because I like having the AC, turned on full blast. So I said, okay, fine, then I'll sleep on this side. So I was stuck on the side that I didn't like. And I checked, there's a door there which opened out to one of those old fashioned balconies, if you've seen narrow things with just 1 foot space, the old houses in Kerala have them. And when I peeped out, it wasn't a very pretty sight because I found some stubs of old cigarette butts and things like that, But anyway, I shut the place up and I said, okay, fine, one night, it's just one night, I'm going to manage. And we switched off the lights, and before my husband's and, my daughter's head hit the pillow, they were fast asleep. Of course, I couldn't sleep. There was this large bathroom next to the cupboard that I was talking about. And when the lights were off, I tried sleeping. We had this blanket too small for us. So I was trying hard to slip my hand under it so I felt safe. As Chitra said, the chadar wasn't big enough. So when I was trying to do that, I had this creepy feeling of being watched. Okay. Now, I can't explain it to you. There was no sound, nothing, absolute silence. I listened, trust me. Nothing, but I felt somebody. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I'm sorry I lost you there. I hope I can be heard.
Yes,
Yes. Your
now
last 3 minutes.
Last 3, okay. Okay, the part where the lights are
done with yours. It's a very good story. Go on.
Yeah, please.
Okay, just 3 minutes.
You could feel someone was staring at you.
Yeah. Yeah. So no. What I was going to say is, so I kept looking. There was no sound, but I had this feeling of being watched. Now, next what happened was my hand started feeling itchy. The hand that was outside the blanket, which is over the blanket. And I was so stressed out that I thought, never mind, I'm going to check if there are bed bugs in this place. And I got up, okay? Now, the other 2 people are sleeping. My husband and daughter are fast asleep. All these activities are just me, no one else. I got up and checked, and there wasn't a single rash on my hand. So nothing, not even a mosquito was biting me. So it was a kind of feeling you get when you're being watched. Okay. So I went back to sleep, and in fact, I summoned up the courage. I don't know how I did that. I went to the bathroom, opened the door, and checked the mirror if I could see something there. Okay. But I didn't find anything. And I got back and I told myself I was being idiotic and that was illogical. And, I don't even like watching horror films. So I don't know where this came from. So I switched off the light and went to sleep. But can you believe it? The minute the light was off, that feeling came back again. It wouldn't go away. It was so creepy. I spent the night till about 3:34 with this feeling. I couldn't sleep. Then at 4, when my brother-in-law had called up because they had planned to go, my husband and he had planned to visit the temple early in the morning. And it's like, that's another magical thing, around 4-ish or so, when he called and my husband got ready to go. The first feeling that I had is, Lord, I have to be alone in this room when they leave, because I wasn't planning to go. But will you believe it? They went, it was around 4:30 or so, they left for the temple. And then this feeling just disappeared magically. That feeling of being watched was no more. So I actually slept for an hour after that. So there's no explanation, but later on, I believe one of the old waiters told my brother-in-law when he visited this club for a case that he was handling, he stayed there, and told them that this particular suite people have complained of, sounds and strange things happening. I didn't hear anything, but I felt watched and I knew there was something there. I don't know, it could be just the atmosphere, maybe something of, something that happened there that caught me, but it still gives me goosebumps.
On that note, the last 10 seconds, I think we need to conclude.
Srija, I think some ghost that fell in love with
we
you
might
was
get
off. So yet another interesting session, storytelling session on Sugar and Spice has come to an end. And we had a lot of fun listening to those stories that all you participants shared, all you fellow story lovers. And we hope to have many, many more story sessions like this where you share stories that really happened to you. And wouldn't you agree, Deepthi? Wasn't it extremely interesting? It was such fun listening to these stories.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm sure all our participants for the day who participated in the interactive session enjoyed it as much as we did. You know, each one was very different from the other, but it was really fun. And we have come to close for today, but we will surely have, I'm sure after listening to today's session, many of you would want to share your experiences as well. So we will surely have these sessions more often, right, Shrija?
Yes, we'll have plenty of sessions like this, and where we'll invite you exclusively. As you see, we had a very nice exclusive group today, and people shared their stories, and it was a, you know, very each one had a different flavor, which is what is so wonderful about this, right, Deepti?
Yes, yes. And we would also like to add before we end this session that those who missed today's session, do not worry. We are putting up a recorded version of today's stories. I hope we have covered pretty much every story that was told today. And for all the participants, for the next time, you can start thinking of new stories. And do our page, on our page Sugar and Spice, we will be putting it up, the video, and you can let us know what your experiences were, the participants, and the others can surely comment on how you liked it. This is a very different session for us from our usual storytelling sessions, and even those are
which will continue. Right, which will continue. We'll keep uploading videos of our stories as well. That will continue. Another one coming up very soon. But do like and share our videos. And as we always say, give us your feedback, your suggestions. We look forward to that.
Yes. So with that note, a wonderful Saturday evening coming to an end. Thank you so much, everyone, once again. And it's bye-bye from Sugar and
Spice. Love you all.
Love you
Bye-bye.
all. Take care. Bye-bye. Good night.